don't like his windows.
Amber?
Hey, man, is Amberly here? Amberly? She passed away.
What? You did what?
I can't read.
Nice child.
Okay, hold on, come here.
Where is she?
Just put your hands where
Where is she?
Watching something.
She's in the back.
In mid-December 2022, while Independence, Kentucky was settling into the routine of the holiday season, something was already wrong inside a small shared home on a quiet street. Amberly Nicole Harris had stopped showing up for work. For 2 years, she'd been dependable at Bluegrass Quality Meats, working in quality assurance without missing shifts. Her absence stretched from one day into several, and by December 15th, her co-workers knew this wasn't normal. Concern turned into alarm, and a welfare check was requested. Police arrived at the residence Amberly shared with her boyfriend, 55-year-old Tommy Pell. When officers announced themselves and asked if Amberly was home, Tommy answered calmly. He told them he shot her and now she was in the back of the house.
Edward 31 out of service.
I don't like his windows.
Amber?
Hey, man, is Amberly here? Amberly? She passed away.
What? You did what?
I can't read.
Nice child.
Okay, hold on, come here.
Where is she?
Just put your hands
Where is she?
Watching something.
She's in the back.
Independence, please make yourself known!
Intentional use channels.
Independence, please make yourself known!
Touch anything.
Yes, sir. When? When did you do this?
What's your name? Tommy?
Shot the victim.
Okay.
Just sit in your car.
Yeah, we'll work that out in a second, but I gotta make sure my guys inside are okay.
Just wait for him.
Alright. Rungi, you guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Tommy, I'm gonna read you something real quick, okay?
Miranda right.
Yeah. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in court.
We're fighting. She's trash my shit again.
Okay. Started the fight.
So trash my shit.
What's going on? You shot your girlfriend?
The officers moved through the residence, calling out, clearing rooms, and then reached the bedroom. Amberly was lying on the floor. She had been dead for days. Tommy had been sleeping in the same house with her body. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear this was not the first time police had been called because of violence between the couple. Earlier in 2022, Tommy had been arrested for attempting to strangle Amberly. That case never moved forward because she chose not to cooperate with prosecutors. It was his second arrest for domestic violence, and had it resulted in a conviction, he would have faced 5 to 10 years in prison. Instead, he received probation and anger management classes. Amberly remained with him. When questioned about what happened, Tommy said the two had been fighting. He admitted that during an argument he shot her. The weapon was a 20-gauge shotgun. Investigators would later uncover another detail that reframed the entire timeline. 1 month before Amberly was killed, Tommy had taken out a $20,000 life insurance policy in her name. That information did not come up in his initial explanation. As he sat in the interrogation room, the weight of what he had done appeared to hit him. Tommy became physically ill and was transported to a hospital, where he was treated for dehydration before being returned to custody. He was formally charged with murder and domestic violence. Under Kentucky law, domestic violence murder is a capital offence, carrying a potential sentence of 20 to 50 years or life in prison. Amberly Harris was 32 years old. She was a mother of 3, originally from North Carolina, described by those who knew her as free-spirited and well-liked. She had struggled with addiction for years and had recently been doing better, working steadily and rebuilding her life after relocating to Kentucky.
One neighbor says Powell seemed like a nice guy.
He was absolutely seemed like a great guy. I've seen him help the maintenance man a couple times. I mean, very helpful person. Never could imagine what he did. Like, it's crazy.
But another neighbor says she always felt like something was off.
It didn't take long to figure out. You don't really want to spend a whole lot of time with Tom, but he's my neighbor.
What Powell told her,
I've done a bad thing, and I might get in trouble for this.
it's unclear how long Harris had been dead before police did the wellness check. That's still part of the investigation.
But I knew what he was. Okay, so I'm staying the distance, right? There's no way that man's getting anywhere. He's not going to put a foot in my home.
Court records show Tommy Powell has a history of domestic violence. November of last year, he was arrested for strangling Amberly Harris. And there's another domestic violence charge on his record back in 2010.
And a case like this is the prosecutor's worst nightmare, where a victim hasn't followed through in the past, and unfortunately the domestic violence escalates until she's the victim of a homicide.
At sentencing, Tommy Pell pleaded guilty. He asked the court to consider his military service in the Navy, along with a history of mental health struggles and addiction. The judge considered the request and denied leniency. Tommy Pell was sentenced to life in prison. In court, his attorney read a letter of apology addressed to Amberly's family. The family rejected it. Amberly was gone, and nothing could undo what had been done. The timeline left little doubt. The violence had been escalating. The insurance policy had been secured. The argument had ended with a shotgun blast. Amberly Harris never made it back to work. She never made it out of that house, and the man who killed her would spend the rest of his life behind bars.
We still don't have her. She's still gone.
There'll never be any room for forgiveness. I understand and accept that.
Powell's attorney read an apology letter addressed to Amberly's family in court.
I would never accept it. I don't believe it. If he cared for her, he wouldn't have done what she did.